how much Bitcoin does someone need to have in order to feel like they can be financially free at maybe a younger age than 65 or 70?
Right. So I'm gonna explain that, but most people look at Bitcoin and retirement through that lens because that's all they've ever known.
Yeah.
So then the debate comes in the Bitcoin community is, well, how much Bitcoin do I need to retire then? Which is the wrong question. So the primary method today is to save for retirement and then live off my savings and hopefully I die with zero, which I think is terrible. We should not do that. And why would I want to die with zero? Why wouldn't I want my heirs to start at a higher level than I had to start from? So what the wealthy do is the wealthy play a different game. And the game of wealth is one where I earn fiat and I buy assets because assets are wealth. I don't sell assets for fiat currency. So when someone says, Mark, when are you going to sell your Bitcoin? I'm like, you don't even know the game that we're playing. The game is to get assets, always get assets. And what we do is we can leverage those assets. I call it, we can harvest the appreciation with debt. So rather than selling the asset and no longer having the asset that's compounding at 30 to 50% per year and then paying taxes on that, I can keep the asset but pull some of it off with debt.
Yeah.
So the real number is as long as the asset is appreciating faster than the rate of debt. So if I'm borrowing at 10% and the asset's going up at 20%, I could do that forever.
Yeah.
The way that I've broken this down, I call it the 5-year retirement plan. I expect Bitcoin to hit $1 million by 2030.
You do.
$1 million by 2030, 14 million by 2040, and 40 million by 2050. Let's say you're an average middle-aged professional, and let's say that you've managed to save $200 or $300 grand. That's not enough to retire. You're going to sell 4% of those assets. You're going to be good for $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You're not going to live on that. But if I took 100 of that and put it into Bitcoin today, in 5 years from now, that could be $1 million. Now, at the rate of Bitcoin's compounded annual growth rate and harvesting with debt, I could safely pull off about 10 to 15% of that principal every year in debt. So I put 100,000 into Bitcoin today. In 5 or 6 years from now, that's $1 million. I could pull out $100,000 to $150,000 of debt against the $1 million in perpetuity. Never paying taxes on the money because it's debt I'm pulling out, not income. And the asset is growing faster than the debt is accumulating. So then in 10 years from there, you owe whatever, $2-3 million, but against like 20 million in assets.
Yeah.
And then when you die and your kids are your age, they're going to owe like $20 million against like $100 million of assets, right? And so the asset will continue to grow faster than the debt.